Trump's Attorney General Pam Bondi is directing federal prosecutors to seek the death penalty on Luigi Mangione, who, as we all know, is alleged to have killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. In the future, when this case is settled, it will become the final boss of true crime documentaries. And when the dust settles on this case, the true crime-obsessed white American female will be eating good. Because, man, this is a juicy case. Mangione is alleged to have killed Mr. Thompson, the quote-unquote innocent CEO of United Healthcare, which is the largest health insurance provider in the United States, and, as we recently learned, the insurance provider that denies the most claims to patients who need it. Here's an article from PBS. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll just point out the main points. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said Tuesday that she has directed prosecutors to seek the death penalty against Luigi Mangione, the man accused of gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, following through on the president's campaign promise to vigorously pursue capital punishment. Bondi's decision to do so in this high-profile case against Mangione, who has drawn a following of supporters upset with the healthcare industry, that's a wild understatement, underscores the Attorney General's commitment to carrying out the president's push for new death penalty cases. Later in the article it says, Mangione faces separate federal and state murder charges for the killing, which rattled the business community while galvanizing health insurance critics. The federal charges include murder through the use of firearm, which carries the possibility of the death penalty. The state charges carry a maximum punishment of life in prison. Mangione has pleaded not guilty to a state indictment and has not entered a plea to the federal charges. Thompson's killing alarmed the corporate world, where some health insurers hastily switched to remote work or online shareholder meetings. The case also channeled some Americans' frustrations with health insurance companies. Mangione's writings and words on bullets recovered from the scene reflect animus toward health insurers and corporate America, authorities have said. I have an article from the Associated Press as well, and it says, Mangione's lawyer said Tuesday that in seeking the death penalty, the Justice Department has moved from the dysfunctional to the barbaric. Mangione is caught in a high-stakes game of tug-of-war between state and federal prosecutors, except the trophy is a young man's life, the attorney said in a statement, vowing to fight all charges against him. Pam Bondi was the Attorney General of the state of Florida from, I believe, 2011 to 2019. Did you know that while she was the Attorney General of the state of Florida, she wanted to help her friend Jeffrey Epstein out, so she made sure she did everything in her power to make sure that any charges against him were delayed, that if his case went to trial, that she would delay it as much as she could within her power. She was friends with and colluded with a psychotic sex trafficker. And she did that knowing that her best efforts would ensure that Donald Trump would not look bad, because we know that Jeffrey Epstein publicly said that he was best friends with Donald Trump for 10 years. Any dirt found on Jeffrey Epstein would, by extension, be incriminating for Donald Trump. So it's not surprising in the least that Donald Trump would choose her as his Attorney General, because she has proven that she will do anything for him. Luigi is seen as a hero to many people. Now, many people view private health insurance, especially the ones that deny care to a lot of people, as the sort of mafia middleman that gets between us and our doctors, a mafia that commits violence on a daily. United Healthcare has denied essential care to millions of Americans, and has inadvertently caused thousands of deaths due to their barbaric system that uses AI, artificial intelligence, to determine if a claim is denied or accepted. Private health insurance is a scam, and the profit motive screws people more shamelessly than P. Diddy in a hotel room full of baby oil. Anyway, Luigi is seen by many as a necessary evil. Now, do I see it that way? I'll get to that in a moment. But Mr. Thompson's company, United Healthcare, commits violence on everyday people constantly. And some people think the only way to stand up to it is with violence itself. On the other hand, many people oppose Luigi's actions because, well, he killed someone. A man who had children, who had a family. Conservatives and liberals seem to largely agree that the cult following and the social movement that Luigi sparked is distasteful. And then there are some on the left who love that what he did sparked conversations about healthcare reform, but maybe they don't condone the killing of a person to do it. They say maybe we could have ignited a healthcare reform movement without violence. That's what some think. I'll tell you what I think. I think we need a single-payer healthcare system and to get rid of the mafia middleman that is private health insurance. It's a scam. It's a scam. It quite literally harms people every day by shamelessly denying essential care to millions of Americans to ensure that the profit motive is protected. There should be no profit motive in healthcare or in health insurance. It should be a basic right and government service that is free of charge for everyone at the point of service. I have visited several countries myself that have universal healthcare systems, such as Germany, Italy, Norway, although Italy has a hybrid system. But if they can do it successfully, we can do it. We can transition to a single-payer healthcare system, and it would ensure that everyone gets the care that they need, and it would actually save money. That's the point. It would actually save money because it gets rid of the mafia middleman that is health insurance. And when taxes pay for healthcare, the amount of taxes that a person pays that goes toward their healthcare is substantially lower than what the average person right now pays in premiums and in co-pays out of pocket each year. It just makes sense. And thousands of people die every year in the United States due to lack of coverage or denied claims. I could probably talk about this for hours, but to wrap it up, Luigi killed a mafia health insurance CEO, and it ignited the conversation around healthcare reform, which scares the hell out of the elite who protect the status quo. The igniting of the conversations around reform, I'm in support of. However, do I support the killing of a CEO to get that? I'll say this. Many people feel like United Healthcare has inadvertently killed thousands of people by prioritizing profits. Private health insurance charges unaffordable premiums on the front end, and then they deny as many claims as possible on the back end, using AI denial systems. And all of this in an effort to make sure that they're on pace with profit margin goals so that they can pad the profits of their shareholders. That is violence. It's diabolical. It's legal violence is what it is. And people have had enough. To be transparent, I don't condone murder. But was the killing of United Healthcare CEO a murder? Or was it simply justice being carried out by a victim? Was the United Healthcare CEO a mob boss who greenlights the systems that wrongfully deny care, which kills thousands of Americans each year? Or was he just doing his job? A family man, he had children. A victim of an egregious crime. Maybe all of those things are true at the same time. Maybe he was a family man, a father, a husband. But also, maybe justice was served. Who's to say?